What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing today? All right, I'm out here at the track. Snow here, but can't make no excuses. Still got to get it done. All right, so while I'm out here getting a little exercise, I figured it'd be good to get a video in. So I'm gonna give a quick debt confession. I've been seeing these videos go around, so why not give mine? I done ended myself up in some debt, so I decided I'm gonna make 2025 not a no buy year, because I've been seeing that going around, and I don't think I'm that extreme. However, 2025 is definitely gonna be a low buy year, meaning I'm not gonna be buying any expensive, unnecessary things that I really don't need. I'm not gonna go too crazy on, wants and, unnecessary liabilities. We're gonna keep that to a minimum, and we're gonna use whatever extra income we got to attack this debt we about to talk about. All right. And as you can see, I put on the weight vest for this video because if you in debt, don't be ashamed about it. Things happen. We stumble a little bit and we end up there, and it always make room for us to be able to correct it. But however, at least for me, that can sometimes feel like somebody physically grabbing you and holding on you, or like it's literally weight on you. So that's what this symbolizing in this video. I had to put the weight vest on for this one because, man, that debt really could feel like it's literally weight sitting on your shoulders. So I'm literally said, for my debt confession, everybody sitting doing their debt confession, in their house, warm and cozy, which ain't nothing wrong with, but I got like a personal vendetta against, my bad debt, at least. We gonna get into a little bit of that as well, good debt versus bad debt, because I'm taking issue with my bad debt that I have, which is high interest consumer debt, credit cards, things of that nature, and that's why in my videos I've been speaking out against car payments, or at least telling people to be well aware before they make the decision to get into a car payment, because that's accepting debt that could possibly put you in a bad situation. However, moving along. So for my debt, all right, we got some credit card debt going on, and I'm gonna come to show y'all the stairs as well. So I got the weight vest on, and I'm gonna be walking up the stairs. Look at these, check these out. Look, it's a lot of stairs up over here. And all this is symbolic, to this debt confession video, because like I said, that debt could feel like it's weight on you, and it could feel like, where you trying to get to, it could feel like your goals is all the way up there, or all the way over there, and it's like, damn, how I'ma ever get there? And I got this weight on me, pardon me, and I got this weight on me holding me back and slowing me down. So we're gonna walk and talk about it. All right, so I got a Discover credit card that's at about You know what? We're gonna start with Citi. So I got a Citi credit card that's at about 7,000. The interest rate on that is 25.9%. That is extremely crazy. So 7,000 with basically 30% interest rate. And if you just making the payments, the minimum payments or whatever they charge you, or not putting extra money towards it, for anybody dealing with credit card debt or any type of revolving high interest debt, it'll feel like it's not moving at all, like zero. Like, damn, like I'm making these payments, it's not moving at all, because you're getting killed with that interest. And that's the thing. That's how they get you. So boom, that's 7,000. We got American Express. American Express is about 9,000. So we got 9,000 for American Express. And that is also at 30%. Killing. We made it up. But we gotta keep walking, because it don't stop. So we got Citi at 7,000, 30% almost. American Express at 9,000, 30% almost. Then we got Discover, 13,000. I owe them folks 13,000 at 24% interest. Absolutely crazy, ridiculous, and I should be ashamed of myself. I'm just kidding. No, I shouldn't, and no, y'all shouldn't. Anybody watching this video and they have ended themselves up in debt, it happens. Don't be ashamed of it. Only be ashamed if you get comfortable in that place and not actively working to put yourself in a better financial position, because that's what we're doing in 2025. You know, at least that's what I'm promoting and the energy I'm putting out there. And I'm trying to meet and network with like-minded people that is wanting to make better financial decisions and strive towards reaching their goals and prevail, which means to overcome opposing forces and to be victorious and prosper, like the name of the channel. And if you're watching this, I definitely appreciate you for tuning in. You know, but like I said, you got any type of debt situation that you've been through, you dealt with, leave a comment and let's talk about it. We're here to support each other, and yeah, we're gonna figure this thing out. You know, because it's an uphill battle, man. Fighting that debt is definitely an uphill battle with weight on your shoulders, man. That's exactly what it is. So we're gonna keep going. So that's what I got for revolving credit card debt. I got 3 of them. 7,000 on Citi, 30%. American Express, 9,000, 30%. Discover, 13,000, 24%. Crazy. All right. We have some little installment type debt, some little personal, some type of little loans and stuff. I don't even really remember at this point. I owe one institution 5,000, so that's 5,000 on an installment loan. So that's 5,000 added to the credit card debt. Um, I don't have the interest rate on those ones. I just wrote the interest rate on the credit card ones because those were the ones that's completely outrageous. Um, so yeah, these installments is not as crazy as that credit card debt interest rates I got. So yeah, so I got 5,000 to one institution, then I owe another 3,000 on the installments. So, pardon me. Now let's talk about plans of attack. So, slide a little better this way. As far as plans of attack, there's been two common methods going around that is being talked about, and one of which I'm going to choose to use. The first one, which is not the one I'm going to choose to use, is the how you call it, the avalanche method. The avalanche method is attacking, like hitting good right here, so stay here a minute. The avalanche method is attacking the highest interest rate. So if you're using the avalanche method, you're gonna go for whichever balance has the highest interest rate, which sometimes can be one of the higher balances, which is why I'm not going to use that method. You know, it logically makes the most sense, because it has the highest interest rate and it's affecting you the most, and it's generally getting less taken away from the principal, which means you're going to owe it longer. So it logically makes more sense to use the avalanche method. That's why some people choose to do it that way. However, I'm personally choosing the next method I'm going to talk about, which is the snowball method. Right now, the snowball method is attacking the lowest balance up to the highest balance, because like when you got a snowball, or if it's like making a snowman or a snowball rolling, start off small, and then as it grow, it gets bigger. So with the snowball method, like I said, you're attacking the smallest balances and you're going up to the higher balances. So I'm gonna start off with knocking out those last two installment payments that I mentioned. I'm gonna start off knocking them out, the 3,000 and the 5,000. We're gonna go swoop those out the way before we go to war with that high interest credit card debt, which is what is really killing us. So for those of you who are gonna watch and say, well, if those killing you the most, why not attack those first, which would be the avalanche method? Because I personally feel like, and I actually got this from one of my favorite books. It's called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I'm gonna eventually end up probably doing a video on that book because I love it. It's very practical and you could take a lot from it. So I definitely I definitely think I should do a video on that book. But however, one of the things he talked about in the book is the motivation you could get from small wins. So in this case in particular, just getting those little small debts out the way, even though they don't seem like that much, and they're affecting me that much in the grand scheme of things, you know. Um, Cause I think we at about around almost 40,000 in debt, you know. Cause if we go to 13 from Discover, we go to 9,000 from American Express, we go to 7,000 from Citi, and then the 8,000 in installments will put us at almost 40,000, you know, in the 30,000s area somewhere. So while that could seem like a big amount, and granted, some people was in a lot more debt, you know, because they have student loans and all these different things that they're trying to, you know, attack as well. So for some people, you know, 30, 40,000 might not seem like that much debt. Like you could knock it right out depending on what type of money you're making. And then for some people, that may seem like a crazy amount. For me, I feel like it don't matter. I feel like it's weight on my chest and my shoulders that's slowing me down from accomplishing things I want to do, because this money in these different payments I'm putting out to these high interest credit cards in these installment loans is money I could be putting towards good debt, you know. So yeah, now back to the book with James Clear. He talks about small wins, you know. In this case, knocking out those 3,000, 5,000. Each of those is still like 200 and something dollar payments per month coming out my pocket, coming out my pocket, coming out my pocket. You know, if I knock that 3,000 out, that's 200 something dollars that I don't gotta pay out to that institution no more. Now I take that 200 something dollars that I would have paid them, now I pay that onto the $5,000 balance, along with the regular 200 something dollar payment that I already gotta pay them. I take the extra 200 that I'm gonna get from knocking off that first $3,000 balance. Now I add it on to that. Now it's getting down faster. You know, knock out that 5,000. Now we ready to go to war with the big dogs, them big interest credit cards. You know, we gonna take out that the Citi at 7. Yup, we gonna take out that Citi at 7,000. But now we got a $3,000 balance costing at 200 and something dollars a month. We don't gotta pay once I knock out the 5,000. So now we got over $400 that we gonna take and tack it on to that first credit card debt, and we gonna attack that. We still gonna make the payment that we already is making them, and then we gonna use that extra money and hit it up. We gonna knock that 7,000 right out, and then we gonna just keep going like that, knocking them out, getting them out the way until eventually it's all done. Now, granted, it's gonna take some time, it's gonna take some discipline, but we gonna do what we need to do to get it done, and definitely gonna keep y'all updated on that, because all this high interest consumer credit card debt, these liabilities, we got to keep it to a minimum moving forward, man. We got to start focusing more on good debt. That'll be your assets, you know, your real estate. You know, I'm paying all this money to these credit card companies and these different financial institutions when I could be investing in another property that's producing me income, you know. And that is the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is going to knock the stairs out. Got a good walk. Still got that weight on us. But yeah. Good debt is going to produce income. It's going to put money inside of your pocket. It's going to allow you to gain equity. It's going to help you increase your net worth. So some people, when you get into the Ramsey followers, people have different opinions on debt overall. Some people want to pay off they mortgage as well and live completely debt free. Me, I'm more so against bad debt. Like, I'm more so against just frivolous, unnecessary bad debt that's just from consumer spending unnecessary stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to work against. I'm not necessarily opposed to going in debt to acquire assets, to acquire more income. That's what I'm moving towards, So that's what I want the people who are going to be tuning in and people that's like-minded to be wary of. I'm already putting out all this money to these credit card companies. For whatever reason, I done racked up this different credit card debt. And it all wasn't frivolous spending, and I wasn't just buying a bunch of designer Louis Vuitton and Gucci. Granted, I'm not speaking out against having nice things. I do have nice things, However, how you doing today? However, things happen. Sometimes you need credit cards to cover a couple bills, and then, like I said, you getting hit with them high interest rates. Before you know it, it's out of control. You don't even know where half of it came from. So that's how that happens. So definitely stay tuned in. I'm gonna keep y'all updated with this debt battle I'm going through, and like I said, we're gonna try to keep it more towards the good debt to acquire income, producing assets, and we're gonna try to stay away from the frivolous, high interest credit card debt for stupid things, And then as long as we doing that and keeping focused, staying disciplined, and before you know it, that weight. It was hard. It wasn't easy, man. It was hard getting that weight up off you, man. But before you know it, that weight gonna be up off of us, and we gonna be moving forward. All right. So y'all have a good day until the next one.